We're here from Jeju, South Korea, and we got something special for you today. We have another $1 million buy-in. The blinds are going to be 3,000, 6,000. Absolutely crazy action. My name is Lex Veltas. Alongside me, Randy Nananokolu.
Yeah, this is going to be high stakes action.
Let's go.
Like you said, this is $1 million USD buy-in. It's pretty sick that we can be able to give you guys this footage.
Okay.
You guys can thank the Triton Super High Roller Series.
At least a tough one.
Yeah, so the players are
Is a red one. Okay.
discussing what the amounts mean. We have a 1 billion won
I mean, I guess you could say 3 yellow chips.
but you can just take away 3 zeros and you have the dollar amount, and we have the dollar amount in the bottom for you of the total pods.
Everyone's sitting with $1 million in front of them.
Got a pretty lively table. I think we can expect a lot of table chat, don't you think so?
Yeah, we should get a lot of table chat. And Shanghai Wong already opening A7 offsuit in the hijack.
So when you see 20 million, all you have to do is just think, well, that's 20,000, so take away 3 zeros. So it's very easy to transfer it over.
The good news is that we've actually converted the amount to US dollars in the bottom middle.
Is it on me? It is?
Yeah, so it's a 3,000 small blind, $6,000 big blind, and the big blind will also ante $6,000.
There's 50,000 US dollars already in this pot, and they don't even have that great of a hand.
Yeah. This is just a raise and a call. So Ruikao has played a lot of big pots in Montenegro as well. Always gives really good action. Loves to pull a bluff. But very scary player to play against. Absolutely fearless. That's what he's known for. But so is Shanghai Wong, and he's going to continue with a $30,000 bet.
So Ruikao calls here, top pair, queen kicker. Turn card is a 10. It brings 2 flush draws, a lot of straight draws. Shanghai Wong really thinking about it. I guess he's trying to consider moving his opponent off a hand like pocket 6s, pocket 7s, pocket 8s with the 2 overs.
Yeah, 10 is a pretty good card to bet. It's going to make Shanghai Wong more hands or more draws than it does Rui.
So Shanghai is betting again. 72,000 US dollars in the middle. Just has A7 high. A Ruikao here. I mean, you got top pair, good kicker against aggressive opponent, multiple straight draws, multiple flush draws. Seems like a mandatory call, which is what he makes.
Yeah, Ruikao has a reputation himself, but so does Shanghai Wong.
So many chips.
No way you could possibly count how much is it.
This is obnoxious, yeah.
So the river card is a jack.
Yeah, it's fun. 1 million, 1 million. What are the blinds?
3-6 million.
3 million, 6 million?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
ridiculous. Like that's
3 million, 6 million.
This is like
Raise
a 3.
you
This is like a 3x
30.
raise. Look.
The raise is like 30 million.
Here, I'm
You know, for me-
3xing.
For me, it's probably easier than for you guys because Belarusian currency had also lots of zeros back in the days. So like, I get used to having a. I don't know, actually, like I didn't have a millions at the moment when there was lots of zeros, but
So I start with a billion, right?
yeah.
Oh, man.
Wow, so
Everyone
Shanghai
is a
Wong,
billionaire finally.
that can get called.
Looking for it for a whole life.
Is that 100? I don't know.
First pot of the night,
431,000, right?
Wow.
Just like this. And then finally become a billionaire.
Well, this is
You can become a 2 billionaire.
I won't feel the pressure of the stakes because this doesn't feel like it's real money.
Yeah,
Like,
it's monopoly
what
money.
are these
a billion. A billion on the table each, starting stack. Come on.
It just feels like a tournament.
Billion.
I've had a billion. No, I've never had a billion in it. You've had a billion in a poker tournament.
But
Party
it was,
poker millions.
but it was like only I didn't get to play with a billion
Oh, you didn't?
Because you won a billion.
because I won a billion.
Okay.
Yeah, like I
That's
ended.
funny. You ended with exactly a billion?
Oh, whatever. Like
Yeah, just over.
I mean, the thousand. Yeah, a thousand. I don't know how many runners I got, but like
That's sick.
You
Not
know,
many-
just to make
not
it
many more
extreme,
than that.
we should have had like one player at the tables that actually don't know about like the stakes in Hong Kong and actually thinking like it's
Just-
for a real billion. Someone is rich enough, you know. to play
Fucking Elton.
yeah.
Elton, this is a billion in Hong Kong, by the way.
You should be
bro.
imagined like it's a real billion Hong Kong.
So what is it? 3,
6.
6?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make it 20 million. Is that what it is? Is that?
20 million.
Getting this right?
I'm only in 1.5 billion.
and we need people to like bust and stuff, you know.
Yeah. So we have
Right,
multiple
fine.
So we can actually bet a
Maybe
build
the-
bet a building in a hand. Yeah.
Isn't it Dr. Evil that does the billion thing? Somebody's gonna be like, I bet a billion.
Not the evil, right?
Everyone having a good time here, as you can see, and this is only the second hand of the day.
Hello.
Nice little $50 million pot there.
No. I'm not ready to give up a billion. No, not yet.
Sang flops best.
35 million.
I mean, 35 million sounds like a really big bet, so no, I'm not going
Can
for it.
afford it.
Cannot.
Mistake.
So second pot to
Yes,
Elton
just
Sang.
won 50 million. Oh no, 20 million. 20 something million. Not bad for one hand.
It was cash.
Are there Starbucks actually in the casino, or do you need to go to the
Starbucks,
like the 240 area?
You gotta go up,
Yeah.
but they'll go get it.
So Shanghai Wong opening action up with 6-4 offsuit here. I think this is a sign of things to come.
Actually, it's got a
Yeah.
funky taste. I'll get a Starbucks. with
Undergun
you
plus
for a-
one opening there.
Is it? I guess I'm drinking
This
the
is the
funky
third hand. Shanghai Wong
just get
involved in
treated something from
66% of the pots.
stuff. No moves. Be made.
I think the atmosphere at the table is very characteristic for the high stakes scene. Even though they're playing for $1 million, everybody's relaxed, chatty. These guys play a lot together.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of history. There should be a lot of crazy pots. That's Shanghai Wong sitting on 783 million, which is 783,000 US dollars.
Auntie? Oh, 360啊。
3万6，3万
366对。
2万1的。
So this is a deep stack cash game. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone loses $1 million, they're gonna rebuy for another $1 million.
Yeah. Second round, let's get the straddle on.
Already talking about straddles.
Talks about straddle already.
Chikowski, one of the most feared no-limit hold'em players in the world.
Same.
But that goes for a lot of these guys.
There's Tan Xuan, Triton hold'em specialist, playing some no-limit hold'em. Sam Greenwood, tournament specialist.
Yeah.
Elton Sang, that's a cash game specialist. So everyone just very, very good, very aggressive. 67,500 in the middle.
If anybody lacks anything in experience, they make up for it with aggression. I've seen Tan Xuan do some amazing things in Triton tournaments.
Tan Xuan has the worst hand on a very dry board. Looks like some champagne.
I would not want to stand next to that, like looking down on what's happening.
It's a Tan Xuan gets one better hand to fold.
These are the peasant chips because they don't have the individual marker on them.
Oh yeah.
That's a quick 100,000.
The real question is, what do you think the highest number we can get on
It's like
the 100 million, or the lowest, I guess?
10 jacks. 10
So
jacks.
it looks
Getting
like the player's gonna have a good
0.001,
time
that was
today.
pretty sick.
The gun open, you can encore 10 times.
You want to make a difference?
I like how they're using the big blind ante as well in the cash game.
Yeah, it just speeds things up. And it just creates more action too.
Yeah, definitely. Tan Xuan, ace-6 of diamonds, gonna open this one up. 20,000 US dollars.
Ooh, we get champagne.
Like we won a championship
Game.
That's
Shanghai
just the
Wong
best moment
involved
to get
again.
drunk.
Queen 3 suited.
Yeah. They always do this shit. Buy into the main event. It's like first level, we're testing champagne.
Champagne. I think we never do in normal cash game, but on TV we standard, you know?
Yeah.
Playing for billions, drink champagne, makes sense.
Last time it was whiskey. Everybody's drinking that Macallan.
Yeah, the whiskey.
Yeah.
Is that
Should
the
make a rule, you know.
that was
that-
super high roll? Was that super high rollable too?
Well, I know this. We were drinking. The last time we played this was whiskey.
Yeah, so like the person winning, let's say 100 million plus spot, that's taking a shot of vodka.
I know.
Can I have a
Oh,
green
I
tea?
love how you pick vodka too. What the fucking Belarusian? You've got built-in baby tolerance to that. It's in your
Okay, we
veins.
can change it to whiskey.
Shots fired.
Tequila?
Bourbon.
I reported.
It's not like it's a big deal, like if you're drinking one glass or something.
Yeah, of course.
You're not gonna feel it tomorrow.
I reported whole couch for Justin, and he won that bottle. And I'm like, you didn't even drink like that sort of stuff. So like,
How much was a bottle?
I think it was only like 1K or something. It wasn't that much, but like,
I mean, what was the real valuable trophies from One Drop? I heard the bracelet cost like 300k US or something. Was it?
yeah. And if you're American, you need to pay taxes on it too. I think
Really? What do you mean? Like you taking a bracelet and
it's like the same as like taking, yeah, like
78 million.
I love that.
Had to say it, right?
Yeah, I know. I love
So
it.
your first re-raise here.
Yeah,
Well, I
Jack
guess I
9
have to go-
suited.
Yeah, no, we can do 78.
Picks a really good spot. Tan Xuan opening very loose.
This is too much.
That's too little. 5 more red.
I guess it's totally fine if you're just saying 78, right?
Yeah.
But you have to say the million.
Yeah, how are you not going to say
Come on.
millions?
You just want to say it, right?
How do you not say the million?
So Tan Xuan thinking about if he can make a play here. This is the first 3-bet in the first few hands. Oh, he's gonna call here out of position. Just thinks I'm gonna outplay Jason Koon post flop.
Million blinds.
He knows if he hits a hand, it's super disguised.
Nobody's gonna see the 5 deuce coming. It's very unlikely that you dominate as well. People are gonna show up with some pairs though. Flop's a gut shot.
Yeah, both players flopping a draw. Jason Koon with the better one.
Any chance you have a dark chop?
$42,000 US dollars. There's 200,000 in the middle. One has jack high, one has 5 high.
Tan Xuan might be thinking that if he calls here, and his opponent checks the turn, he might be able to take the pot away from him on a later street. But it's still only 5 high.
He might also be thinking if he hits the 4, his opponent has like ace king, he's gonna win a huge pot.
Yeah.
He's gonna call out of position with 5 high. So that's gonna give Jason Koon more outs. Okay, hit it. 8 or a king to make a straight.
平時都係咁打㗎啦。
It's also a card that is going to be pretty scary for his opponent. Makes a lot of hands that Jason could 3-bet with stronger.
Jason Koon reaching for more chips. He knows he has a lot of outs. He can get a lot of good hands to fold, like 10 Jack, Queen Jack, King Queen. 121,000 US dollars. There's not too much Tan Shuang can do here now with 5 high, out of position.
Koon's going to feel pretty comfortable. It's also a small chance that he's going to get raised on a board like this. It's a very nice combination. Probably doesn't get raised off his hands. Sean does lay it down.
呢個1億啊，呢個1億啊。
Jason Koon
You know that, Jason? Did you need to say
chipping
that?
up in real money right now.
Just like that, or are you supposed to? Do you want it?
I'm not sure.
No, I think a gift is different, though. Like different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're saying
like,
is that the way to avoid it in the States?
I
That
guess.
would be stupid. If you could be just, you know, like...
I just know there were stories of people winning stuff on like game shows, like non-cash prizes, or like extreme home makeover type shit. And they just get like a mulked up makeover that they then need to pay like half in taxes on, and then they're like, they need to, I'm fucking fold.
So Shanghai Wong raising King 5 offsuit, $20,000. Rui Cal involved again.
He's not going to go anywhere with the Queen 10.
Oh, that's chocolate. Thank you.
Pops. Top pair again.
You can't blame Shanghai Wong for continuation betting here. Often his opponent, who will defend the big blind wide, will just fold here.
And again, it's a pretty safe board for Shanghai Wong to take a stab at it. Lots of hands miss on a board like Queen 6 deuce.
A big tournament or like playing a huge cash game or something.
So we're gonna see a similar scenario. Shanghai Wong
The brain going.
will take a free card. And it's a king.
Rivers the king, Rui Cal. This actually looks like he's going to do a value blocker bet here. 44,000. Easy call for Shanghai Wong. So 88,000 to him. He's on sitting on 842,000 US dollars.
Nice for him to win some back.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey. Come on, man.
Cheers, guys.
Got it.
喝水喝点。
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, man.
好久不打了嘛，
The good life.
哪天都不记得了。赶紧，这个应该上不了头啊。
你喝2口妹妹就好了吗？
Why not?
Yeah.
2018, I didn't like
High
the same
stakes,
type of
billion
alcohol,
action.
Like, say,
太久没打。
10 years ago. I mean,
Champagne.
I wasn't really enjoying it. Like I wanted to get drunk, but I wasn't enjoying it. Then I started enjoying a beer, and then wine, and then whiskey.
Yeah, it's
But
called,
it's never coming with.
it's called addiction.
I don't know, but it's never coming like with the champagne yet.
Oh, really?
Not really.
I like it, other than it gives me the burps, but I like it. I like champagne.
Champagne's kind of something I think most people like pretty early on.
You know, some players are
I'm
like,
wondering if
oh,
the
I'm not
ones
going to
those
drink
actually like
alcohol if I'm
champagne
playing
or
for such
they
high stakes.
Like the way, how is it, you know?
These
like
guys,
that,
on the other
you know,
hand.
Whiskey, like a lot of them don't even really like. I
Yeah.
feel like it's just a
Just like-
cultural thing.
How much is that?
20 million.
Wai
That's
Kin Yong
too
raising
much.
to 20,000. Takes it down.
6 deuce, 7 deuce, maybe
Really
I'll go
good
for
player.
20 million, but 6 deuce, no.
Also very good at Triton Hold'em.
was at right before this, I was at a friend's bachelor party, and all the guys just like they were like drinking choice like the weekend was beer, and by like the morning of day 2 or whatever, I was like, I'm full, I'm bloated, like I can't drink anymore.
Yeah,
And I just started drinking like just like meat liquor basically, and like even like the morning and stuff, and people were like, "Whoa, how are you doing that?" I'm like, I don't know how you're still drinking beer. Like this isn't like a party move; it was like a survival move.
Yeah.
You know?
Elton saying 6'5" offsuit. Good enough for 25,000.
Mike and Young with the real hand here. King Queen offsuit.
One thing that is nice about this chipset is that they only have three denomination chips.
He's gonna make
and
the
it's
call.
Like tiny chip, middle chip, giant chip.
Everyone with
So,
like
it's
a
hard to-
reasonable
it's hard to,
hand.
like, fuck up that bad. Yeah.
Queen Jack gets out of the way. Ace 10 for tan.
I don't think I'm gonna like accidentally put like a blue in the pot, you know, instead of a yellow or vice versa or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Just keep the blue ones far away.
Just gonna see a three-way flop here. Tan Xuan with the best of it. Flop strips aces. Let's see if Elton's gonna take a stab.
Safely gives it up. Wykin's going to check back his middle pair. Oh, nice check from Tan Xuan. Even though the flush draw comes, just knows he's way far ahead. And that gets Elton saying to bet 42,000, just 6 high. Should get Wykin to come along.
Yeah, Wykin not checking the flop to fold the turn. And especially from 2 checks from Tan Xuan, he's gonna feel pretty good about this.
Tan Xuan with this check had just gotten 84,000 extra in the middle. With both of his opponents drawing dead. So Tan Xuan here trying to decide, should he raise because there's a bet and call in front of him and there's a flush draw now. Makes it 130,000.
When you're playing against Tan Xuan, you know that he's capable of doing this with a gut shot, with a flush draw. Very aggressive player. Fearless.
So Wykin is going to come along here. He saw the flop get checked around, thinks it's less likely. He knows it's less likely he has an ace, so he wants to defend
You ever eat
some
at
strong hands.
Vidges in Vancouver? Vidges, the Indian place over in Kitsilano? That place is damn good. Indian food place.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
amazing.
Not
You're not a fan?
I'm not a fan of the Indian food though.
I love that place.
So river card is a 7. Not the card that Tan Xuan wanted to see because
like
he was trying to
6, 7
represent that
years.
hand and wanted to bluff as a miss heart draw.
Nowhere really. I used to leave. I still have a lot of stuff and a few things in Vancouver, and then the stuff in Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah,
So it's
like
gonna
7
reach
years,
for
I
some
didn't
value
go
betting
anywhere
chips.
else, 6 years.
200,000.
That's back when online was good, you know. Now it's so small, just small and bad.
Not scared of the hearts.
Bigger and better things. Though.
So we're $500,000 in the middle right now.
Here's about
Could
online.
have got me out of my house.
Tan Xuan and Wykin Young have played a lot. Definitely plays into this hand as well. Tan Xuan knows I show up here with bluffs sometimes. I have shown Queen Jack or Jack 10 in the past. I think I can get some value here. It's up to Wykin to figure this out. He cannot be happy that the flush has gotten there.
So why
Rui,
can't
how's the game going tonight?
trying to figure out some bluffs?
All right.
This guy.
Oh yeah. Elton.
Him. 5-way all in.
5-way all
Yeah.
in.
Top pair, no kicker wins with a jack. And no,
Five-way
no,
all
no, no
in.
full house on one pair.
That's impossible.
That's it.
That's actually impossible. I think.
No problem. Just jack, jack. Oh, no need jack. I win.
I know. I was calling for another jack. I was like, oh, I don't need another jack.
Same cards.
Same that open ender and just brick.
And just,
I makes the call.
Wow. Nice value bet. 707,000, the biggest pot so far of the day.
Absolutely perfect
Yeah.
play.
It's actually
Yeah.
probably
Some
quicker.
people
We
would get
actually
scared when the
probably
flush
got,
comes. Tan Chuen gets 200,000.
Elton probably just had like 85% or something.
Currently the
Probably
biggest
all
winner.
They probably all just covered each other's cards. And
Impossible.
yeah.
不会打，
Well-
他就没打。你也都很久没打长牌了吧？
几个月了，我都不知道有没有1年呢。应该有差不多1年
I
了
always see a
吧。
lot of table talk right after
如果
big
不是
pots
之前1、2场的话，
in the Asian scene. It's really fun to watch. There's a lot of
没
needling,
打过几场。
talking about hands, discussing what happened.
满人桌我游了1年
Great
半。
starting end here for Jason Koon. He's gonna open it up.
打常人桌你还没那么快适应呢，那把都要搞的。
Elton saying folded. Shanghai won, considering it's gonna come along. So how's Rui Kao?
So action is on Mikita Badziakowski. He's gonna make the call.
Everybody try
That
it.
is
Tricky.
Those purple chips
Might
are the
as
big
well.
chips.
Two blue. Very tough spot for everybody.
Tough because if you have aces.
Yeah, but very tough to have aces.
So everybody except Viking Young and Elton Sang in this
I
pot.
got aces too. Decided to lay the trap in the 6-way pot.
Why not?
Good trap.
So it's ace 4-4 rainbow. Very, very dry board.
You see Badziakowski with the best of it. 3 kicker though.
There are 2 flush draws. So wow, multiple players have flush draws. 4 of them to be exact. And Greenwood has an open-ended straight draw. Only Badziakowski has a pair.
Leave it up to Rui Kao to start the action.
Yeah, Rui Kao is actually drawing dead here. He's got the king-high flush draw. Badziakowski, of course, he's a little bit worried that someone has a better ace, but in case he is behind, he can hit a straight flush to a spades. So he's just gonna call. Jason Koon with the jack-high flush draw. Tan Chuen folded 2 diamonds. So he has a little bit less outs. He's gonna fold. So Rui Kao drawing dead. River card is an ace. Does slow things down.
So many players out there. Chances are just too big that somebody flops an ace and takes a free card. Takes things slow a little bit.
So Wadzikowski's thinking, okay, what would my opponent call me with? What would he put me on? Well, if he's going to call me and think I'm bluffing, he's going to think I have spades.
Yep.
What kinds of hand could call? Probably a 4, but 4 is a little bit unlikely because it's just a card that people don't play that often. Pocket 5s. Not too many hands. So that's why Wadzikowski is only betting 65,000 here. He just knows his opponent isn't that strong. Just hoping for some kind of hero call.
As I said, there were a lot of draws out there on the turn.
Ruikawa just has king high. It's a good price. He's going to make the call of king high.
Wow. Lots of draws missed. He figured that Wadzikowski is very likely to have a straight draw, a spade or a diamond draw. Really good value bet sizing there from Wadzikowski.
Really?
Nah.
No.
Dead. King high flush. Draw. King high flush. Ace is better than a spade.
Just laughing at him.
This is the straddle.
I might have heard the word straddle.
Long time, no.
Yeah, the game is
I've
too
king nine
small.
my spade, says bad hand. No, it's wrong deck, it's better deck.
I don't know if you're listening.
Not funny.
Like we ain't going up the million for one drop. We actually had like.
So Tan Xuan here is currently the big winner. He's up 358,000. Wai Kin Yong down 355,000. And this is just the start of the action.
Yeah, things are going to get bigger, especially if we're going to see straddles.
Yeah, the blinds are 3,000, 6,000 with a 6,000 ante.
We have some of the most action players in the scene, some of the most fearless.
Yeah, the Chinese players really drive the action. Tan Xuan, Elton Seng, Shanghai Wang, very strong and aggressive. Like, you better be ready to hold on to your seat when they've got the pre-flop aggression. They're just willing to barrel you off, and you can't just wait for the nuts because they're gonna run you over.
Yeah.
We made it one orbit. Before the double straddle came on.
Wow, so this is a straddled pot, double straddle by Shanghai
No one
Wang.
even got steamed.
There's 24,000
Just go with the flow.
double straddle, 4 deuce offsuit. Elton Seng has jacks, which is amazing.
This is my wheelhouse.
We have an opening raise to $54,000.
40 big blind poker is my wheelhouse.
This is a double straddle pot.
Sam Greenwood makes a really good point. Effectively, people are going to be only 40 big blinds deep now on average.
So Wai Kin opens from the new under the gun. Tan Xuan has an 8 in his hand. The straddle pots are always the most tempting.
Yeah, there's so much debt money out there being put in by hands that can have 2 random cards.
So Elton Seng always trying to get those straddles going on. He's picked up pocket jacks. This looks super suspicious because it's the first straddled pot. He's gonna reach for re-raising chips. 234,000 in the middle.
I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah. Shanghai Wang's like invested 24,000. He's just laughing.
It's going to be online actually, and if it's going to be full or.
I think it's like televised, but it's not streamed.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
We'll make it into a TV show, I guess.
Yeah, but do you think they're gonna like show it the entire game or?
Yeah, maybe just edit it.
Elton Seng. So he wins close to $100,000 pre-flop there.
Just on a raise and some straddles.
Yeah.
16人
那段时间打的吧？后面就
牙没打，那个时候牙已经没打，
那个时候已经没打。
已经没打了。
没打都赢冠军。
Shanghai Wong here. Raising to 22,000. Queen Jack offsuit.
就20多个人嘛，有多难？
哦，
对吗？
Can smoke too.
Tchaikovsky not gonna play the weak ace.
No? We can cash game.
Tanchuan is a
Last time we
perfect
could.
hand for some deep stack cash games. Pocket fours.
Last time we could.
That is straddle or raise?
That's a raise to 22.
Better to ask.
I thought it was straddle too. It's definitely a raise.
He considered it, but gets out of the way.
I thought it was 12 because of the goofy tips there.
I heard too.
So a bad flop for Tan Chuan. Can't like seeing 3 overcards. Shanghai bets, takes it down, queen high.
As soon as there's been one straddle, it always becomes a thing. People asking each other to straddle, kind of challenging each other to straddle.
Back in time, kill the straddle.
就是一个，就是一个。
It just takes a couple people to straddle to get everyone to do it.
Yeah.
So Rui Kao is going to put on to 12,000. Straddle of 7-3 offsuit.
没有背着这个随时走的。是 cash game 玩的吗？这个
So Shanghai Wong in the big blind, king 9 of clubs.
It's a pretty strong hand.
Yeah, everyone looks pretty weak here.
He's in position to Elton Seng's call, and Rui Kao still has 2 random cards.
那个朋友很多人拿现在现在
Shanghai Wong makes it 46,000.
没有他跟我拿，他现在有很多人想看的，权威，马来西亚之放。要出
Free
书了
chips.
对，要出书了。
100万美金，为什么才7张卡？
就是
You know, there's some players where, because it's straddled, they play a little bit tighter because it's a lot more already in the pot. Some players, they play a lot looser just going after it.
Straddle can do a lot to a game. Sometimes the game is really tight or it's really locked up. A straddle can really open things up, or somebody who's been winning, who's playing a little bit tighter, really gets sucked into some big pots.
上一次赌歐羅，呢次賭港幣。
So it actually helps to have a lot of experience in straddled pots, just knowing how your opponents would approach it.
Yeah.
Second round.
It's also a good tool to unrattle some good players because it might be stakes that they've never played before.
We'll start about like the fourth.
I think it's too easy. It's too early. Like we're not. Nobody steamed yet. Nobody
I'm
was
steamed already.
That's why we do it. Somebody steam here, no need straddle.
I'm like steamed already.
So Elton's saying, trying to get the straddle on. I think Bazikowski was trying to delay the straddle. Elton's saying, says he's steamed, calls him 7-5 offsuit.
Tries to prove his point.
Flop's the best hand. Jason Koon up to no good of 10-9 of clubs. He was the pre-flop raiser. Check calls out of position, just thinks that Elton would just stab way too often.
Really wants to represent a weak ace here.
Goes check, check. Probably going according to Jason Koon's plan. River card is a jack, so there's a lot of overcards. Oh, this is a very advanced play from Jason. He came here to play today.
Yeah, this is very smart.
Gonna fire a pot-sized bet, 90,000.
You only get 2 hours.
You don't want the rest of the world bluff you. Yeah, no.
Elton,
This one.
just fourth pair.
This
Gonna lay it down.
What a great bluff.
Investment. Investment. Yeah,
Also,
it's
Jason Koon actually made more money by check calling the flop. Because if he just bet the flop, he might actually lose that pot in some
Yeah.
fashion, right? Or Elton
Or you
you know,
buy
might
5
move
and
him
5
off.
and
It's
5
just played very differently because he check called the flop. It looked like an ace.
Yeah,
15. 15.
it's very smart. Elton's gonna expect him to do this a lot with ace 4, ace 5. Some high cards on the turn and river that help Jason as well, possibly. In case he did check a hand like jacks or queens.
I think there's at least 2 years I never buy a button before.
At least, yeah. Maybe more for me.
I think I have more skill. Never play in never play.
Hey, win.
I play in win, but I never miss button.
送给你了。
Yeah, you need to miss your big blind too.
Yeah, really need a big one. Curious, a bit curious. For sure.
And win. is
Shanghai
getting
gonna
way
open the button here.
It's a good dealing. Or at least that's a deal.
32,000.
Who's there? Who's left to cover up? You think who's left there?
I think we're small, huh?
In the tournament?
Yeah. Pretty small, right?
40 people. Yeah, I mean, who's dealing with? They might not be dealing, but it looks like they could be. Who is there at least?
Both players missed the flop.
Defeats and Stevie.
Is Shanghai Wang going to check or bet? He's just going to stab,
It
it looks like.
it was a fine tournament. It was a really good tournament actually. Yeah. At the end, it wasn't good at the first day, but like the second day, it was ooh la la. Yeah. Re-entry time, rebuy. And I mean, it's not more rebuy, but like new entries or something.
Yeah. Smaller than million short deck?
That tournament is going to kill me, I guess. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see how. Is it?
So this guy's
More.
a little bit slow at
No.
big blind anteing as well.
I'll try.
What were you trying to do? Get it in the box?
In a circle, in
Yeah.
like flavor of Triton.
Well,
come on.
Elton's
Yeah,
saying quickly flat
a lot
calls
of times it
pocket
happens.
kings, laying a trap.
In these tournaments, people look at the
Very inconspicuous while people are just talking at the table. Get a slow play in.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is going to get Bodzikowski into the pot. Queen Jack.
Massacre.
So Tan Xuan here, pocket six is probably going to feel pretty good about his hand. Just a board that doesn't hit his opponents too often.
King
with
poison.
a shark, you know.
King poison. King poison.
Poison. Poison.
Poison.
Poisson. Okay. That word is poisson.
He bets 38 million. Elton's saying sneaky pocket kings.
Yeah.
Looks more like a whale, you know? Blue whale.
Schwen just trying to take the pot right here.
Yeah, Elton's thinking, can he raise and try to look like a bluff? He is going to do that.
It's great.
Yeah, no, but like in common culture is
160,000.
It's great. You Google cartoon shark.
Okay, shark.
And you see
Shanghai
this
Wong's got middle pair.
Blue, you see?
great.
Strong, very slim. 2 sixes are out of the deck.
Blue, green.
He's going to fold.
The boss is a shark. No, no go, it's a shark.
Elton saying got
Live on
a little bit extra.
小手，我已经很小了。
I mean, Elton knows his image. He knows that he can get paid off usually because he bluffs a lot.
Oh, fold, okay. Learn how to fold, okay?
Yeah, we can see Elton show up with a gut shot there.
have enough ace, I think.
力的位置特别。
Yeah, core was
3条啦。
so small.
Elton Sang is really good to have in the game. He talks a lot. He's good for the action. He's very tough to play against, but he builds really large pots.
Yeah, if you're uncomfortable at these stakes,
拿您钱。
he's going to lean on you.
这个日本时间的赢2把牌，赢2000。
And then by the time you fight back, he's got it.
这个当片我。
Rui Cow, pocket jacks, 80,000.
I love how fast Rikao plays.
是沟通花。
你看这个，哎，你看这个，像那个小浪哥嘛。
你也可以啊，这个 S。
S，搞个 S 啊？
那我搞个 T 变成 SP 了。
你得搞个 T。
Talking about Elton Sang's hairstyle.
WK.
哇，这钱很难赢啊。
哎，那个
SB.
那个叫什么？
I don't know, he's shopping.
绿毛这里打了几场？
What's the name?
绿毛这里打了，
Not Charlie.
那么这里什么？
大概打了几场啊？
哇，
Elton raising again.
我以为要不炸了呢。
Shanghai Wong pocket tens. Gonna re-raise here. He also knows he's got aggressive image and get paid off.
爸爸 prevention.
哈哈。
一个打打 open，一个打打剧本，我也要4本。
爸爸。
Elton's gonna come along out of position of King Jack. He knows that Shanghai Wong would do this with weak hands as well. So Elton saying picks up a straight draw if he can hit a 10, but those 2 10s are in Shanghai Wong's hand. Shanghai Wong is still gonna continuation bet here.
These high boards can get a lot of folds on them as the pre-flop aggressor. Wants to avoid being bluffed off on a future street.
什么意思啊？
So Elton here, gonna call out of position with just king high, 45,000. It's already 200,000 in the middle. So that's the 3 of spades, gives Elton saying a jack high flush draw. Shanghai Wong really just doesn't have anything, doesn't think he's ahead.
It's a very real spot for him.
Yeah, he's thinking about, can he do anything? He's going to check it back. River card is a queen, so Elton's saying with just king jack high. Probably thinks the queen is a good card for him. His opponent might check back a queen on the flop.
How much is the percentage?
So he's going to reach for some
Why did they
chips.
eat this shit? Just give me
110,000. So Shanghai Wong's got the best hand, pocket tens.
No, I'm okay.
Oh, he's thinking about it.
This would be an incredible call. The flush got there.
Holding the 2 tens, you block straight draws as well.
Yeah, good points.
It's not the right cards to be holding. Because you want to pick off like Jack 10, King 10.
Elton has such an aggressive image as well, though.
Shanghai Wong, that's 110,000 decision he's thinking about with pocket tens. With 2 queens and an ace on board and a flush. Elton saying just praying for a fold right now. Shanghai Wong 1 minute in the tank. Lays it down.
哇，那什么牌？KK 啊
KK
，Coco。
KK
Elton Sane predicting that Shanghai Wong had a hand like kings or jacks.
Still thinking about this hand. Can I win?
Okay, Shanghai wants money.
no
Straddles saying it's not my money anyway. I love it.
Elton saying, well, we'll always have the needles ready.
Yeah. But he can take them as well as he dishes them out. It's another straddle here to $12,000.
Yeah, so Elton saying Rui Cao and Shanghai Wong have been doing the straddles so far.
Jack 9 offsuit. Oh. And
Jason Koon
King 10 off.
just gonna hope for a free flop here. I don't even think Elton Sing's other card is necessarily a good card. Could be like any two cards.
Yeah. Even if he just looked at the Jack of Diamonds, he's like, well, half of the deck I'll play with this anyway, so.
He might also be thinking that my opponent would raise into my straddle because it's just like a big blind.
Straddle's a good place to be.
Yeah. Straddles get big pocket pairs.
Elton Sing's up 190,000.
It's good to straddle.
KK 输给你
He's not feeling it.
KK 完了这个牌又花又3条又 A
I think that he's saying that he actually had kings. It's kind of funny that he's making it, you know, more pitiful for himself in a way, or
Yeah.
make himself look stronger there. Or be more impressive with his fold. That's what people oftentimes do as well. They'll make up a hand because the fold seems more impressive.
Very possible.
Queen Jack of clubs. Actually would have been a nice hand to have a straddle with.
Still the blind.
Watzikowski folds Jack 10, Tan Xuan King Queen. He's going to re-raise King Queen.
I really want to play this hand.
Yeah. Can't blame you.
Shanghai Wong, Queen Jack of clubs. $55,000 to him. It's hard to let go of such a good-looking hand.
Yeah, I really can't blame him for wanting to call here.
He is going to make the call here.
One more.
Reevaluate on the flop. But that's a good flop for Shanghai Wong. Has an open-ended straight draw. An 8 or a king would make him a straight. Tan Xuan looking for the jack.
Xuan gonna feel pretty good about this flop as well. It's definitely a flop that have a lot of possibilities for him.
Yeah, he could put some pressure on like little pocket pairs, some ace highs like ace jack. Probably won't continue. That's 77,000 Shanghai Wong. Trying to decide should he raise on the flop or check call.
I didn't like profile game. Like
Thinking
profile.
about raising here. Will put a lot of pressure on Tan Xuan, who's currently has the best hand.
Before plus price was like
What's your price now? Your price only divided by 2 plus 6 plus 5.
price money was
I think it's 500.
about above 5.
He's holding 77,000 there.
2.5. Plus 5. 3.6.
Really thinking about it. Makes the call. It really changes your range a little bit when you think. And Tan Xuan might be thinking, okay, why did he take so long
Yeah.
to make a call here?
Now, was he truly debating to raise or was he debating to fold?
The turn card is a 6. It would make 8-7 a straight. Some backdoor diamond potential.
90% talking. I think my return like 20% max. Maybe so.
Shanghai Wang going to check Tan Xuan here. He's going to be thinking about how long it took for him to call. He just thinks that he's weak. The longer it takes someone to call, you might think he's got like ace-9, you know, 8-9. That might not want to peel for such a big bet. This is a near a pot-sized bet right now.
Yeah, for sure. I think you're absolutely right about that. I think that a lot of Shanghai Wang's flop deliberation has to do with this $200,000 bet. It's a really powerful bet too, because the 6 is normally not a card you're going to be too pleased about.
Yeah. When your opponent tanks, you just think they've got a middle strength hand a lot.
It's like 0.9.
Shanghai Wang has 618,000 remaining.
He
makes
calls.
the call here. There's $648,000 in the middle. Both players of high card. River card is a 5. Checks it. Tan Xuan here. He actually has the best hand, but he thinks he's got the worst hand. Shoves that 600,000. Wow, nice pot. He didn't need to make that river bet, but I can see why he made it. Just thinks his opponent's weak.
You don't want to lose the pocket 4s there, pocket 7s.
Yeah, or like an 8, 9, 6, 7.
Yeah, well, wow, he really read that absolutely correctly.
Yeah, that's great. That is great.